Alright guys, we're going to restart the video here. I'm already in process of changing the steering speedometer gear inside the transmission. And basically, we had some problems here. What I should start off saying is that I'm not even a training expert, so if you're a rookie like me, the first time you're going to do this, there's certain things they don't show you in the video here, or the videos that I watched on YouTube. When you're pulling the tail housing off the transmission, mine actually pulled the shift rod right here. It pulled it out of neutral and put it into fourth gear. Now that's actually bad news right there, because my tail housing didn't want to come off and it was stuck. This shift rod right here was stuck in here. And what happens is there's little burrs, I'm assuming, on where your pin goes on the shift rod here. So as I'm pulling this off here, I had to get a rubber mallet and I had to bang this thing off. And when I did that, I pulled it out of neutral and threw it right into fourth gear. And I still had to bang it off to get this tail housing off. Now, the problem occurs right here. Come on over, Lou. Is we have the two sliders right here. One slider, one slider. These forks right here. This is the neutral position when everything's lined up there. Go onto each one of these forks. Now, as you can see, the 4-3 slider isn't lined up. It's not in neutral anymore. So what you would say is, oh yeah, real simple. Just like if you watch this one right here, I could move this, the 1-2, I could move it easily into different into gears, in the first or second gear. The 4-3 over here, this slider should be the same as this, but it won't move at all. It's stuck. Then what happens is, when I was pulling this cover off, and I was pulling that rod, I banged the 4-3 slider all the way off the keys. They're called synchro keys. And now we have a problem where I can't get this back in. So I have to have my buddy come over here and help me out so we can push each one of these. You might want to do a close-up on these. These keys right here have to slide underneath this thing right here. And there's spots inside the slider for these to go underneath. So either we're going to get these back underneath, or I got to disassemble the trans. I believe there's 3 of them. 2, 3, maybe 4. But I now have to get these back underneath here. So he's going to have to hold these down while I push in and rotate at the same time. I don't know. So, oh, watch out, I'll fall down. So, okay, so at this part of the video here, I'm going to go right back to the beginning of the video, play it up until we're at this again. And then from here on out, once you get to this part, we'll be back onto us showing if we're able to fix this. So that's it for right now, and we'll be back in a second for you guys. Bye-bye. Alright, it's the next day. Still working on project transmission here, or Mustang. 1990 Mustang GT. Today's adventure is going to be, hopefully we get this done this afternoon, is we're going to change the gears. The speedometer gears inside the transmission. This one goes on the cable. Now the funny thing is, my cable may be no good. I'm going to find out when I put all this in here, because my speedometer doesn't work right now. And the cable is making all kinds of noise, so I'm probably going to have to throw one of those in too. I got this from LMR, a little clip that holds the this big one on inside the transmission itself. So, as of right now, we got to pull this cover off first. Make sure it's in neutral from what I... And there we go. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Let's see. Oh. Well, that's loose. You know, it's funny, if you watch one of my early videos on this car when I first bought it, the guy I bought it from, he never bolted the shifter back in on the transmission. So I'm driving the car. Fortunately, my buddy was behind me following me. And I'm going over a bridge on the highway, and the whole shifter just pops right out while I'm driving. How's that for you? I was mad. I mean, you could kill somebody like that. And that's like something you should really disclose when selling a car. You know, hey, the shifter's not bolted up. It did have the RTV gasket sealer on there, so that held it in pretty good, but for only so much, you know. I got a phone call coming in as I'm videoing here. My buddy Mike's calling. He'll have to wait. Okay. Oops. Let's see if we can pop this off. There we go. Nice. That's in good shape. Nice. Now we got to get this pin out here. I'm probably going to do that off camera only because it's impossible to hold this camera and try to pound that out. So we'll be back with that. Let me get going on this, and yeah, we'll be back. Bye. All right, so we got this. We got the pin out, no problem. I kind of screwed up and pushed this back, and I don't know if I took it out of gear or not. So that could be a problem for the future. So this is where we landed at right here. I think we're good, but you never know. All right, so now I got to take these bolts out, and all this should just slide back. Like I said, I don't have anyone hold the camera, but pretty straightforward. These were 10mm bolts. I don't know what these are yet, but I'll let you know when I start pulling it apart. We'll go from there. So I'll be back. All right, these turned out to be a 15mm bolt right here, and I'm just using a impact gun. Just put it on here. Alright, so you guys got the gist of it. Just showing you real quick. Pretty simple. Alrighty, I'll be back. Alright, we're back at it here. We got it apart. I did move the shifter when I was pulling that thing back. This. You got this, a spring, a punch, and the little ball. I took a picture of where it goes. I'll show you when I reassemble it. But now I believe I got it in neutral because the input shaft isn't spinning. When I first spun this, it was spinning the front input shaft, but now it's not. So. Alright, we're good. That was a catastrophe avoided right there. Alright, so here goes the speedometer gear. There's just this little clip, it looks like. Looks like I got to press down on this and bang it out. There are plenty of videos on YouTube on how to do this. So, nothing new here. I'm just making a video showing how I'm working on my car here. What's been done to it. The gears all look pretty good from what I could see. So, yeah, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to work on this off camera. It's just pretty much this little pin right here. It's like a clip. You push this down. I'll probably use like a screwdriver like this. Pushing down and then using a little, not this hammer, probably a rubber mallet or something I have in here. And we'll go from there. So, as of right now, yeah, this is where we're at. Alright, bye-bye. Alright, we're getting there. I got the new gear on. This goes here, like that. It was pretty straightforward. The other one came right off. You got this little clip right here. All you do is just, you see how it has a notch in there? Here's the old one. Yeah, so the notch just goes right on there, right through. Boom, no problem. And that goes like that. And then let's see. Yeah, we got all the RTV on this. Everything's cleaned. Both surfaces. I used Ultra Black gasket maker. I didn't have any good degreaser, so I used starting fluid to clean the surfaces off. Works pretty good. And now I'm just going to slide it back on, and we'll go from there. So we'll be back in a second here. Bye-bye. All right, so we're back here. Everything's together. 45 foot-pounds of torque is what we torqued her down to. Use the cheap old torque wrench here. So we're at 45 pounds. She sealed up real nice right there. Actually, the book said 35 pounds. But I give it a little extra, just in case, you know. Here goes with a lot of the videos I don't show you. The ball goes in the rear center one right here. Then the spring goes in here. And then somehow I got to be able to do this one-handed. Anyways, I can't do it one-handed. I got to put the camera down. So you guys got the gist of it. Let me do that, and then I have the pin right here. Just bang that back in. And when I got her done, I'll come back. So there you go. Until then, bye. All right, fellas, we had some setbacks. Looks like we're not getting it done this afternoon. When it moved out of neutral that time, yeah, it really screwed things up. I had to reset this. I got that in the middle. But for some reason, the sliders here, I can't get them to line up with this right. So what I'm thinking is, I have no clue right now. This might be in a gear. It's hard to say. If it was in neutral, maybe these would go in. You see the distance between these two? Then when you go over here, it's off. And that's exactly in the center of where it's supposed to be. That's for the neutral position, from what I researched anyways. Sure, I got me a bit of a mess here, so I got to go figure this out. Yeah, we'll have to wait till tomorrow. It's getting pretty dark out there now. And I'm tired. It's been a long day. So, yeah, I got to figure this out. We'll go from there. So next update will be when I got something going here. Alrighty, bye-bye. Yeah, alrighty, it's the next day. Yeah, this turned out to be a nightmare. I think I'm finally on it now. So when I moved this thing over to 4th gear, I really screwed this up pretty bad. I just pulled way too hard on the tail housing, and this rod came with it. So it threw the forks all out of balance. And this is the neutral position right here, where now everything lines up. I've been on all the different forums trying to figure this out. There's a good T5 forum, T5 and T56 forum on Facebook Marketplace, and those guys helped me out. So we got the forks lined up in the neutral. Now we have the 2 sliders. We got one slider here, one slider here. This is 4th gear, 3rd gear. Then we got 1st and 2nd over here. Now this slider, the 1st and 2nd, figures it won't move. See, that goes in no problem. This will go to all the gears. So now I'm in the neutral position here. The neutral position rides on this right here. This is neutral. And you got 4th and 3rd right here, the gears. Now, if you look over here, these are called synchro insert keys. I went too far out on this slider when I was playing around with this rod, and I threw it off the keys. Like this one, it's really hard to move this without, yeah, with one hand. But if you look in here, you can see the keys are down, are depressed. And this right here is a neutral position. You see this thing right here? And this is a neutral position. So now we're back in neutral because we're riding on that on this, on the neutral. I don't know if you call that a gear or not. So what I'm trying to do is get this back onto this. Now we're in neutral. Then the forks line up perfectly, and then we can put it all back together. So I'm finally getting somewhere here. This is a kind of a tough one now, because I have to push these down. First of all, I got to find the little, if you watch here, the synchronizers. These little keys have a tab that you see over here. You see how it has a slot right here? These keys go into a slot. And I have to move this. You see how the synchronizer moves? And then I got to line up all these slots with the keys. And I think we got it there now. I really need 2 people, so I might have to wait till I get a friend over here. Oh, I'm not really lined up that good on that one. See the key? Key is this right here. All day on this today. That's the key. And that's the slot right there. So I gotta play with this a little bit. Now what happens is, oops. See, I need 2 hands. I can't do it by myself. I gotta hold this and then move the synchronizer thing there. That's a little bit of a tough one doing like this. But that's where I'm at right now. I'm either gonna wait till I get a buddy over here, or I'm gonna keep playing with it for now. So far I've been playing with it for like 20 minutes trying to get this thing going here, and I'm just not having good luck. So, yep. So that's it for this part. We'll keep this video going until I get this figured out. It took me a while. I'm not a T5 transmission expert, so I had to go research, study exactly what all this stuff does. Yeah, it's a real pain, but I'm starting to understand it. So we're doing good right now. One good thing to say is this transmission's in really nice shape. If you look down at the bottom, maybe you can see from over here, there's not a lot of debris or anything down there. All the teeth are in good shape. Oh, yeah, I have another one of these. It's actually been rebuilt, but the guy put it in like a high horsepower car, and he blew 3rd gear in it. So I have one of these. I'm going to have fun. We're going to learn how to take it apart and put it together, and we're going to change the 3rd gear on the thing, which is this one right here. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. I can't wait to get to that. This, I got to be an octopus to get this. I got to hold this down. Then bring this slider, has to slide back over on top of this. And trying to do it one person, it's not going to be that easy. So we'll keep going on it. So we'll go from there. Bye-bye. All right, we're back on track here now. We got her all fixed. It was definitely 2 people to get this thing back on. Basically what happened was my buddy Lou, he spun this as I used this screwdriver right here. And I just kept going like this, like this, like this as he's spinning. And it just popped right on. Literally went on in like, what, a minute? Yeah. I sat here all day yesterday. It's a Sunday morning right now. I sat here all day, good 4 or 5 hours yesterday trying to get this over. But at the same time, I'm a rookie with these transmissions. I don't know what the parts are called. I didn't know these were called sliders. I didn't know these were synchros. So in all that time, I'm learning what the different parts do and how they interact together with each other. I didn't know that the forks go in a certain way for the neutral position right here, which he just knocked them out of, but we'll get them back in. And yeah, so we got this, they're all set. I'm gonna put this cover back on. I gotta clean this surface right here. Put some RTV on top of this. And yeah, we'll bolt this back on, then we'll put the rear tail housing back on. And we'll go from there. So until then, we'll be back. Bye-bye. Hey guys, so we're back here. We got the RTV on top of the case here. This is the neutral position right here for the forks. Now, if you look over here, You can see how the forks go into the two slots. They're supposed to. Oops. Well, I'm out. And then it's supposed to come down. How do you stop the camera? There we go. Now the case is on. I'm just going to put the bolts in on it. And yeah, we should be good here then for now. So that's it for right now. Alright guys, I'm back here. Cover's on. We're good there. In neutral. We're good there. I was put on the neutral safety switch right here. This is pretty much it. 7/8 wrench. But one thing I wanted to show you. Inside here. Where's my flashlight? Inside the neutral safety switch goes into this hole right here. And there's a pin that I have right here that's supposed to slide into that thing. So we got to get this in here somehow. There we go, I got it. And now this will just spin in. Yeah, not many people showed that if you had to take off the top cover, so I'm making sure that you could see that if, say you screw something up like I did. In order to get this bolt off right here, this has to come off. So you're going to have to do this regardless if you have to remove your top cover. That's it. Just a little tidbit of information right there. We'll be back. We'll put the hell housing on next. Bye-bye. All right, finally. We got her all done. Just a couple things to show you on here. One thing. We greased up this the shaft here. And another thing we did, it took two of us to get this on. You got to remember, we're rookies here. Hold this shaft like this while you're banging, while you're putting this on, so it doesn't move in fourth gear or turn into a gear on you. We did this with this, held it in, we tapped it in, we watched until the holes matched up, and bam, done. Pin went right in. We already had the shifter on. It shifts fine. First, second, third, fourth. Let's see. Maybe I'll put a bolt on. Let's see what we got here. We're getting there. There we go. Got one. Two. Let's see. Where's my thingy? Hard doing this with one. Oh, geez, be cameraman. You know. I didn't think of it. There we go. I got a lot of editing to do now. All right, here we go. So we got the bolts on. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. You need a shifter for that, and reverse down. You need a shift. I got to put a shifter on to do it. So, I got you. So, we're good to go here. This thing, we'll call it done. We won't know until we drive it, but everything seems okay at this point. So, there we go. We're going to end this video right here. And, yeah, that's it for now. I'm going to paint this transmission, too. So, that'll be in the next video on this one. We already got the bell housing. I don't know if I covered this yet. Painted, cross member, and all that stuff. But yeah, it's going to be industrial gray because I like that. And yeah, there we go. So see you guys later. Bye bye.